important for me that I remember that. Tonight's call is about getting that extra sale. And there's two people speaking tonight who are really, really just well-versed. They've got a really good understanding of sales. Not that they do anything different, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I wouldn't say like their skill set necessarily is different than anybody else. I think they just understand the world of Zaya very well when it comes to selling. So I think what they're going to talk about tonight is something that you can take away, whether your background is sales or not sales, whatever your background is. These are very tangible things that you're going to be able to walk away with that, like, they're just, I think what they're probably going to share with you is like tidbits where you're like, oh, I don't do that, or I don't do this little step, or I don't do this follow-up, or I don't use that verbiage, or I don't look at it this way. So hopefully between the things that these two ladies share, you can take away and implement into your business as early as like tomorrow. These are very like real things that you can just take and implement. You don't have to like study or podcast. It's nothing crazy. You can just write it down, take it, implement it tomorrow. Try it for 30 days before you act like you know if it's working or not. Do it for 30 days straight. And then look back and say, okay, how did that impact my business? Do I feel like this is working really well? Give it a chance though, and really implement it. So Amy, Richard, and Shaunna Olig are gonna share tonight. I hope they don't mind this, but I did post their average sales per month so far the first half of 2020. Amy's was over $11,000 in PV per month since the beginning of 2020. And Shaunna's, I think, I don't have it in front of me, but like above 8,500 per month. Those are really big numbers. I almost didn't want to share them because I don't want people to think, oh, like I'm tuned out because I could never do that. This isn't necessarily about their volume. This is just the fact that they're doing the same things every single day, and it compounds into this sort of thing. So you can take it and do it every day, every couple of days, whatever fits your business needs, but we know it works because it's got a success and a track record. So gonna stop. Amy, do you want to kick us off? Are you comfortable kicking us off? Okay, so Amy's gonna share some of her stuff, and then we'll transition right into Shaunna, and they're both wearing bright yellow, which is great. So I will unmute you, Amy, and we'll get this call rolling.
Awesome. Thanks, Leah. So first of all, Leah didn't ask me to do this till today, so I'm so unprepared. But I'm just going to share with you guys kind of like how I run my business and how I've pretty much done it since the beginning. Like Leah shared, I have crazy numbers, and I know they're crazy. Like, I would say I'm maybe the exception, not the norm, because I also have a really great background and I have lived in a lot of places. So I just have a huge network of people. So it's been kind of like the perfect storm for me. So don't think that I'm like really awesome at sales. This is honestly like the perfect storm of an opportunity that fits into my life like super perfectly, that it's just like blown up. So let me just preface with, I'm not a salesman and I don't really feel like I'm that good at sales. What I am good at is customer service. So that's kind of where I'm going to go with this. So I started with Zaya back, it'll be a year. My first sale was August 11th of last year. So I haven't quite been with the company for a year. And I have sold over $117,000 in activewear, which is insane, literally insane. Even when I say it out loud, I can't even believe it. My husband, now every time I remind him that he didn't want me to spend $400 to start this, it's really kind of funny. But when I first started, what I really wanted to do was be super authentic with my customers. I hated those, the people that were just spewing what they were selling all over their personal social media and sending, blanket messages and trying to get you to do or to buy whatever they were selling. And that was definitely not the approach I wanted to take. And it's still not the approach I take today. I very rarely post anything on my personal page, maybe once a month, if that. But what I do is I try and focus on the people that I know are interested, and those are the people in my VIP group. And what I want to remind everyone is that The people in your VIP group, they are there for a reason. Whether they've bought or not, they are in your group because they are interested. Because if they weren't interested, they would leave your group because they can do that. So what I think is super important is that you focus on those people in your group first before you try and focus on the people that are not. Because those are the people you've already captured, you already have their interest, and that is so key. So when I first started, obviously, you get some of those sales that just like happen organically and people are going to buy without you ever having to like help them or anything. But what I did is I would message 2 or 3 people a day, and you have to do what makes it work for you. Maybe it's 2 or 3 people a week for you. But what I did is I literally went down my list of people in my group and I would send messages, and I would keep them really personal, and I would always come from a place of helping, because we all know the Zaya website is super overwhelming now, especially now. I mean, a year ago it was overwhelming, but now it's even more because there's so many options. There's 10 different kinds of leggings and 7 different kinds of joggers and 12 different bras, like it's so overwhelming. And the thing that we offer as Zaya reps is a personal shopping experience. We are there to help them. If you go on oldnavy.com, yeah, there's a million options, but nobody's going to help you shop and narrow down your options. What's different with Zaya is that there's a million options, but you have someone to help you narrow that down. So what I would do is I would send 2 or 3 messages a day and say, hey, Sally, thanks so much for being in my Zaya group. Have you had a chance to browse the catalog? I know it can be super overwhelming. Is there anything I can do to help? And I would literally keep it that simple. Like, I wasn't offering like, hey, check out this pair of leggings, because what if she doesn't want leggings? Like, I wasn't telling her what she wanted. I was asking her what she needed help with. And it's crazy how many times people would respond and say, yeah, actually I am interested, but I'm just so overwhelmed. Like, maybe if you could just put me up together an outfit, like I might be likely to buy it. And so that's where it opens up a door for like, okay, well, what do you need? Like, I'm not going to tell you what you need. You tell me what you need, and then I'm going to help you narrow it down. Like, I'm not going to say like, okay, you definitely need these leggings and you need this bra. Like, no, maybe they don't need that stuff. Like, I want to know what you need or what you're looking like. Do you not need loungewear? Are you trying to do yoga? Like, what do you need to be outfitted for? And then I would help them from there, and I would be their personal shopper. The other thing about doing this, you guys, and you probably know, I mean, the exchange, it's no secret, the exchange process is horrible. Like, nobody likes to do it. When you do this with your customers, your likeliness of having to do exchanges is much lower. So I would honestly rather help my customers individually than to have them just randomly order off my site and then have to do an exchange because they didn't size up, because, grid bra, you should probably size up. And they just ordered their true to size grid bra. And I'm like, no, why'd you do that? So I think that it's huge. If you reach out and help these people, your likeliness of having to do exchanges is much lower. So I think coming from a place of help is so, so important. So I did that for a long time. And to be honest, I'm not as good about doing that anymore, because my group has grown to be so big that there's just so many people in my group. Like, if I notice that somebody has added somebody, I'll usually try and reach out to them. But especially in those, if you're a newer rep from the start, if you do this, it's going to be so helpful, especially if you have those people that are commenting on your posts or liking your posts. Like, if you're doing a giveaway and people are commenting to get entries into the drawing, but they've never bought, like, clearly they're interested, because they wouldn't comment for an entry into a drawing to win something if they didn't want to win it, right? So those are the people that I think are giving you an open door to reach out to them and see what they're interested in, how you can help. And if they say, like, I can't afford it right now, well, then offer them to do a party and get them free and half off items. There's so many different ways that you can spin this depending on what their response is. Like, they may respond and say, like, you know what, I'm actually just not interested. Okay, fine. That's great. I'm not going to, like, if you're not interested, I'm not going to waste my time on you. And that's fine. If you want to stay in this group and maybe eventually you'll be interested, that's great too. But at least it gives you a better read on, is it out of their price range, or like, and then you can help them from there. The other thing that I think is key, and I always tell my reps, is like, don't just post and pray. Like, yeah, it's awesome to post about the boyfriend hoodies, like put it out there. But if you're just posting and hoping Sally sees your post that there's new boyfriend hoodies, like she's probably not going to see it. We all know Facebook has the crazy algorithm that most of the time people don't even see the stuff you post. It's just, they get overridden by other things. I think it's so important that you personalize those things that you're posting. Like maybe put it out there and then send Sally a message and say, hey, did you see my post? There's new boyfriend hoodies out. Just wanted to make sure you saw it, or tag them in the post. But I think it's so important. Like if you have a, like, let's say you're doing a promo, you're offering $10 off a $100 order. If you know, like Susie's been on the fence about ordering and you know she's got about $100, like reach out to her and be like, hey, I know you've been wanting to order. I just want to let you know I've got a promo going on today, $10 off $100. I bet you she'll place that order finally, maybe after she's been him-hawing for 2 weeks. So keep those things in mind. I have notes upon notes about the people in my group, and so that when I post, I'm not just like posting and hoping people see the promo I've got going on, because if that's what you do, it's not going to work. It's not going to happen the way you want it to. You have to then individually reach out to those people or tag people. You know, if you know somebody's been looking for shorts, don't just post what shorts restocked today. Like post the restock and then reach out to those people that you know have been looking for shorts, even if those aren't the shorts they wanted. Like to say, like, I know you were waiting for the mesh energy shorts, but I just wanted to let you know, like, the seamless shorts restocked today, in case you're interested. So I think like bringing that personalization into everything that you do is so, so, so important. The other thing that I do before I ever post a restock, or even sometimes specifically with new releases, I reach out to the people I know want those things before I ever post it to my VIP group, because I want those people to feel like, wow, like Amy let me know about the All-Star Bra restock before she ever even posted it to her group, because maybe that person let me know 2 weeks ago that they were waiting for a red All-Star Bra. The minute that All-Star Bra is restocked, I'm sending out my messages to all the people I know that want them, and then I'm going to post it to my VIP group. Because otherwise, like, they're like, let's say you posted there first and they're gonna be like, well, then why did I tell her anyways? Like, I had to wait to see it on there. Like, she didn't even let me know. Like, she let everybody else know first. So I think like creating those relationships with your customers, it's crazy how many times, like, especially recently, I mean, we are going to get to a place where we don't have to jump on new releases like the moment they hit, but that's not where we are right now. So I think like training your customers and having them appreciate like you letting them know those things before those things are public knowledge is so, so big. So keep track of, you know, those people that are waiting on items. And you don't have to do pre-orders. I know a lot of people do pre-orders, and it really comes down to like what your schedule's like. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I do this full time and I have a lot of flexibility. So I take a lot of pre-orders and I order a lot for my customers, but that's not everybody's story, right? Some of you are working full-time jobs and you can't at the drop of the hat just go and order All-Star bras for 6 different customers. So I think that like, don't feel like just because you can't do pre-orders that you can't provide great customer service to your people. Like, as long as you keep track of who wants those items, when that restock happens, or, you know, soon after, as long as you let them know, they're going to be so happy. And if they can jump on and grab it, great. If they can't, they're going to get it. Like, they know that if they can't, if you train them to know, like, if you don't jump on and get it right now, you might not get it, then they're not going to be mad about it. Like, and eventually this is not even going to be a problem we're going to have to fight. It's just the problem we're fighting right now. And I wouldn't even say it's a problem. It's a good problem. So I think like just creating those relationships, knowing your customers, knowing what they want and how you can best help them. I think help is the biggest thing. And that is always what I am trying to do for my customers, is coming from a place of help. So I think if you like can really center your focus around that, it's like, it's huge. It really is. I just had another thought in the back of my head and I can't remember where I was going to go with it. But the other thing is especially if you're just starting out, remember that it's so important to continue to grow your network or your VIP group. You know, let's say you start with 30 people in your VIP group and your sales are booming that first month and you're like, wow, this is great. This is great. People are going to continue to buy periodically, but they're not going to continue to spend the money that they spent like maybe right at first. And you can't just ride out those 30 people in your VIP group. So growing that VIP group is huge. My VIP group is now over 500 people. You know, some I know, I feel like I know now, which I don't know most of them at this point. But it has just organically grown over time. You know, encourage your people in your group to add friends. But the other thing that I do, the process that I do to get people added to my group is, let's say I do a party. As soon as I do a party, once I know that that person I did that party for has no interest in being a rep, they're not going to sign up. What I do is I friend every single person that made a purchase. So if you made a purchase, I'm adding you as a friend on Facebook. First of all, because I want to be able to message them, because we all know if you're not friends with someone, sometimes they don't see your message, and that's just super annoying. So I always friend them. And then I always do a post at the end of the party that says like, hey, if you enjoyed this, you want to keep up to date on new releases, restock, whatever, join my page. So I leave the door open for them to join on their own accord, okay? Now, when their package arrives, and I do this for all of my customers, I track every single order that is ever made, which if you sell $15,000 in a month, that's a lot of tracking. So if I can do it, you can do it, I promise. But I reach out to every single, as soon as I see that their package has been delivered, I reach out to them and I say, you know, hey, Sally, I see your Zaya order was delivered today. Did you get it? I just want to know that it arrived, because God knows UPS or USPS shit happens. So I just want to know that it made it to her. That's my first and foremost concern. She's going to say, yeah, I got it. My next question is like, how did everything fit? What do you think of the items you got? You know, what do you think of those light and tights? Whatever. She's going to say, I love them. They're so great. At that point, I'm going to see like, did she add herself to my VIP group? Yep, she's in there. Cool. I'm going to say, hey, I'm so glad you love them. If you post a picture or review to my group, I'll give you free shipping on your next order, because I know you're probably going to want another pair or whatever it is. And she's going to be like, oh, that's awesome, because she doesn't know that shipping's only $350. She only placed one order. She doesn't remember that. But she's like, oh, free stuff? Cool. So she's going to post a review to my page. And reviews are huge, you guys. Jesse will tell you, like, there's probably a review posted in my group at least once a day. I have a review posted, and that is honestly where I think drives my business, because obviously, like, I'm going to sell these products. I'm going to tell you good things about them because I'm getting paid to do this. But Sally is not getting, well, she's going to make $3.50, I guess, for posting a review, but she's not really getting paid to tell you these light and tights make her butt look good. Like, nobody's paying her to do this. But when she posts that, someone else is going to be like, oh, well, she bought them. She likes them. She's just, you know, whoever. And those things are huge. You know, the blue ombre stripe leggings, I thought they were atrocious, okay? Somebody bought them. They posted them. I sold like 7 pairs after one person bought it and posted them a review. Nobody bought them like initially when they came out. And then I bought them because I was like, oh, those were cute. I like that review. Sold me. But people don't like want to buy things just because I'm selling it. That's not why they're buying things. They're buying things because other people are saying that things are great. And to be honest, to invest $3.50 back into your business to sell a $72 pair of leggings, like, I'm here for that. So I think, you know, and then you're also creating a relationship with that person. You're messaging them, you're asking them to do that. Maybe they tell you then like, hey, I want to place another order right now, or I have so many things on my wish list. Oh, you have so many things on your wish list? Do you want to host a party? Like, it just opens up so many routes of communication for you to go a lot of different ways. Now, let's say that person hadn't joined your VIP group. That's my opportunity to say like, hey, you know, if you join my VIP group, here's the link. I'm going to put it in the message, and you post a review. you're going to get free shipping on your next order. And more than likely than not, they're then going to join your group because you just fed them the link. It's right there for them to click. And they're going to join your VIP group. And whether they post a review or not, they're now in your VIP group. They're now seeing the things you post. They're now staying up to date, and your VIP group is growing, right? So I think transitioning anybody from your party group into your VIP group, as long as that party host isn't becoming a rep, is so, so, so important. And then obviously asking for reviews from all of your customers. And that's the thing is, like, in this business, you do have to ask people to do things for you. And more likely than not, they're going to do it. You have to ask people to host parties. You have to ask people to leave reviews, because if you just leave it wide open, they're not going to do it. If you just post like, I'm looking for hostesses in August, nobody's just going to be like, oh yeah, hey, me, I want to bug my friends to buy leggings. Like, yeah, me, I want to do that. Like, nobody's going to do that. Like, if you know somebody's been buying a lot, like, reach out to them and say like, hey, I know you've been buying a lot. Like, you want to just host a party and see if we could earn you some free and half off stuff? Or, hey, let me set up a link for you, and you can, if you start, like, your party's not till 3 weeks from now, if you do any shopping from here until now, just buy from your link, and then, you know, we'll do your party and you're going to earn tons of rewards or whatever. Going off of that, so something I just started doing, and I don't know why I'm not doing this. I think Candace shared this in our smaller team last week, and this is, I'm just kicking myself for having not done this sooner. But what I've been doing is, as soon as somebody tells me they want to host a party, or as soon as they agree to it, whether their party is 4 weeks away or starts tomorrow, whatever, I'm creating their link right then. Once they tell me they want to host a party, I'm creating their link, and I'm going to let them know, like, hey, I just want to let you know, I know your party's not for 2 more weeks. I created your link already. If anything comes up and you want to purchase it before your party, like, go ahead and just use your link and you'll start earning rewards off it. It's mind blowing how much my hostesses have bought already, and their parties have not even started. Because otherwise, I think what our hostesses do is they're like, you know, I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to wait till my party and see what I earn for hostess rewards, and then I'll use them then. But if you create their link for them and they're earning rewards off of their purchases, you guys, it's crazy. The other thing I'm doing is for people that are like on the fence about being reps, but they just keep buying and they keep telling me like $295 is too much. But you just bought 3 All-Star bras at, like, when they restocked last week, every single day you bought a different one. Like, you just spent $150. Like, what? $295? So what I did, I have 2 girls that are like that right now. So what I did last week is I created personal shopping links for those girls. And I didn't even tell them I was going to do this. I just put their orders in their personal shopping links. And then after I did it, I was like, hey, Megan, just so you know, like, I know that you're playing around this idea of being a rep, but I just want you to know, I just put your orders into a party for last week. You're already at $200. So if and when you're ready to sign up, like, you're going to get $20 off your rep kit, because, I mean, as of right now, if you keep spending money, it's going to be more, but like, you have to show them, like, because sometimes they're just like clouded with the money they're spending and what they could be saving. It's just crazy. So if you have those people that are like on the fence, but they just keep buying, like, just create them a personal, like, you don't even have mine. Those ones I don't have show up. They're not showing up on my site. So like, when they do place an order, I have to move their orders into that party. But because I don't want everybody in my group to know that you can have a personal shopping link, because God, that would be a nightmare. But this is just something I'm doing for these 2 girls that I really think I can convert them into reps at some point, but maybe this will be, you know, just a little bit more of an incentive. And, like, you know, if they decide not to, then, oh, well, then they're going to earn some awesome hostess rewards, and they're probably going to be really thankful, and they're continue to be a great customer, which is also fine, totally fine. So those are 2 things I just started doing. Those are not my own ideas. Those are Candace's ideas. But game changer, like, serious game changer. I wish I would have started doing this sooner. See, Kayla just commented, she has a hostess that her party hasn't even started yet, and her party's already at $936. Like, that's insane, because she created her link early. And they may, like, you know, share it with their mom or whoever, people closer to them, and say like, hey, you can start shopping my link, because we all know, like, people want to buy when new releases come out. Like, and what if their party's not till next week and they want new releases this week? They're probably more likely to buy if they're earning the rewards off of those things. And then I'm going to share one more tidbit and I will hand it over. Otherwise, I'll just keep talking. The other thing I do is for things that come out that have come out in the past. So we're going to use the boyfriend hoodie as an example. So every time a new color of boyfriend hoodie launches, I am running a report to see who has bought a boyfriend hoodie in the past. And now boyfriend hoodie is kind of a hard one because there's like 12 different colors. But let's say there was only one color of boyfriend hoodie and then it launches in a second color, okay? I'm gonna run a report and see who has ever bought the black boyfriend hoodie if on Wednesday a purple one launches or something like that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach out to all those people that have bought a boyfriend hoodie, especially if it's something that like, nobody just has one hoodie laying around, right? You know, if it's something that like you can definitely use more than one of, I'm going to reach out to those people and say like, hey, I know you love your boyfriend hoodie. Just wanted to let you know it just launched in purple too. Because if you already know somebody likes a product and they already know their size, like why not try and sell them the exact same thing in another color? We all know, we're all ladies. You find something you like, you buy it in 6 colors. It's just what we do, right? It fits, it works. You like the parallel tank, you're buying all 7 of them. Like, it's just what we do. You find a cardigan you like, you buy it in 3 colors. So I think that's so important. And if you guys don't, I'm going to screen share and show, is that fine, Leah, if I show how to run a report? Okay. Oh, I can't do that. That's disabled.
Oh, goodness. Do I know how to enable that? Allow participants to rename, unmute. What if I screen share? Can you tell me where to go?
Yeah.
I don't know how to. One second. I don't know if I can.
Leah, I think if you add her as like the host, then she should be allowed to share.
Make host. Okay. Okay, now can you try?
Yep, good. Okay. So when you guys are in your back office and you are in your order history, what you can do is you can go here to product code and you're going to do starts with, and I actually wrote down, so the code for boyfriend hoodie is 648. And then you're going to change your dates to, you know, as long as you've been a Zaya rep, basically. And then you're going to retrieve information. And this is going to pull up a list of anybody that has ever bought the black boyfriend hoodie from you. And what's awesome about that is you can then, you know, reach out to all those people and say like, hey, just want to let you know this, you know, came out in this. So the same thing you could do like the grid bra. Like if you could look up, you know, the item number for black grid bra or whatever colors, if, you know, or all-star bra, really, you could look up, like, let's say a new all-star bra launches on Wednesday. You could look up, I mean, that would be a pain because there's 7 colors already. So you'd have to run this report 7 times to get all the people that have ever bought an all-star bra, but it might be worth it for you. And get, you know, all the people that have ever bought an all-star bra, and then you could reach out to them and say like, hey, you guys, like, I know you love your all-star bra, just wanted to let you know it launched in purple today, in case you're interested, or something like that. So anything, or like Oh So Soft hoodies, that's another one I do it for, because if you have one Oh So Soft hoodie, you probably want to. But there's a lot of things that, you know, there's just things that out there that you want multiples of. So that's something kind of just like a little cheat that you can do that is super helpful in, you know, following up with customers on things that you know that they like. So those are just some of my tidbits. Like I said, nothing I do, I have no background in sales whatsoever. I do have a huge background in customer service. And that's really the way I run my business, is I come from a place of not selling, but sharing and helping. And I think that that's what has really aided in my success, along with just the perfect storm of having a huge network of people and And I'm a CrossFit coach, so I live in sports bras and leggings, and everyone I know does too. So that's also helpful. So thanks for asking me to share, Leah.
Thank you for absolutely crushing that with like 2 hours notice. Seriously, like my arm.
I wrote no notes. I was just like, I'll just share what I would tell my new reps.
But I feel like that's the best because it's like the stuff that you don't overthink.
Yeah.
Can I just say I'm blown away by the link thing?
By the what?
Like, hey, by the way, like your link is open. I know your party doesn't start for a week. Like that's the kind of shit on these calls that you're like, I'm so glad I showed up, even if that's like the one thing I took away, because that's mind-blowing good.
Right?
I've never done that.
I know. And I just started doing it. Why the hell wasn't I doing this?
Right? Okay, so good. I've already gotten so many messages about how good this was, so thank you so much. I'm going to transition to Shaunna. Shaunna, if there's like any tidbits that you want to cover that maybe weren't mentioned, but Amy, you crushed that. Thank you so much. And then Shaunna, I'll just let you kind of wrap up the call too, so we don't even have to come back to me in my lame PV life. I have nothing else to say besides I love you guys. That was great. I'm sure Shaunna will end with something also mind-blowing.
Okay, Amy, I have like my notes that I was going to share and like a whole notes from you. So like you had so many great points that like I don't have down that my mind is like blown too. So you, like those were awesome tips. It's crazy how like different people, we can do it so different and be successful. But like things you shared, I'm like, what? Like, how have I not already done these things? It's crazy. So thank you for sharing all of that. Some of mine overlaps, you guys, but as you know, when I like do these, I literally have to read my paper or I really get sidetracked. So if some of them overlap, don't mind that. But when I think of selling and I think of sales, I know that there's the difference between an instant sale or like a quick sale, and then there's like a long-term sale. And I feel like there's two different things. I feel like the instant sale is very like product based, like when you're in parties and you have someone buy something from you, they don't know you. Obviously that's like them buying the product, versus when you have a relationship with somebody, there's going to be a lot of long-term sales. So I have some things written down for like instant or quick sales, and then some long-term sale, whatever tips. So again, some of them might overlap a little bit. So I'll start with like the instant quick ones. So these are literally, I'll go really quick. These are just things that I do to get quick sales. New release day items and restocks. Anytime those two things happen, you guys, I am going to post about them and I'm going to go live in my VIP group. So even if I don't have the new item, if it's a different color light and tight or all-star bra and I have like one similar, I'm going live and I'm sharing about that in parties and in my VIP group. And then like Amy said, also I tag or message people. And sometimes it doesn't even mean that they have it. Like sometimes I'll just say like, hey Leah, these black leggings made me think of you. I know you're going to love them. Even if she doesn't have it, like if I just thought of a customer, I'll just like say, hey, I thought of you. This is totally your style. The next thing I have down is deals and promos. These are really fun and I try to like come up with different things here and there. I know that a lot of times if I can get somebody in a pair of light and tights, the chances of them purchasing again is so high. So I just did a promotion this week for my VIP group. Like if you've never tried our light and tights, from now till the end of the month, I'm going to give you $15 off your first pair of light and tights. So tag your girlfriends below who have never tried light and tights. And if they order, you get in the drawing for a half priced item. Okay, like, so sometimes I think just thinking outside the box a little bit or taking more time to think versus like a really quick, $10 off. Like, how can I get creative and help the people who are already in my VIP group, but grow my network? Okay, so just get creative with your deals and promotions. Ask a lot. Like, I'll ask Lee, like, hey, how does this sound? Like, do you think this is like a catchy deal? Like, ask your other Zaya sisters about it. The next point I have down is parties. So giving it your all from the start of the party to the finish of the party is really important. I don't know about you guys, but there are times where I like, this is going to be an awesome party. Like she's going to blow it away. She's going to get such great rewards. It's going to be awesome. and then it like sucks, or you like nothing really major happens. You're like, WTF just happened? I thought this was going to be awesome. Or the opposite. You're like, oh, I don't think this is going to be quite, a really great party. And then all of a sudden it's doing super great. It just shows like not to prejudge it and to go into it, start to finish strong. Use your hostesses to know your audience. Ask them like, are a lot of your friends invited? Like, are they like fitness, into their health and fitness? Is it more professional setting? Like, what's the bulk of the people? Or put a poll in it so that you can know your audience, so you know the type of stuff to share. I've done parties before that nobody in there like was into fitness. So it's like, I wasn't really talking about how like doing 100 burpees, my leggings aren't going to move. Like, I wasn't talking about that stuff because they didn't care about that kind of stuff. So know that your audience, so you know what to sell, so you make those sales. Connect with your shoppers. When I put a poll up or I put a question in a party and someone comments, I am making sure that I am responding. If they respond to me, I'm responding back to them. If I put a post asking how much Zaya they have and like a couple people vote really high, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. What's your favorite item? Like, I am trying to connect with them, ask them questions. Let's see. After the party closes, if I've had people that were like commenting a lot or even just like liking photos or something and they didn't order, I am reaching out to them even after the party, during the party, of course, but let's say they don't order. Like, I'm asking if they need help. If they don't order, I'm going to reach out to them like a week later and kind of check in again on them and just see like if they had any questions because they showed interest, but they didn't like make a purchase, and maybe try to shuffle them into my VIP group. Okay. Another instant sale, another point I had was like add-ons or additionals, like hats and socks, or creating them an outfit. So that's obviously like another quick sale type of thing, is having them add on to what they already have in there. I did something in my VIP group once, like anybody who purchases a bra, a tank, and a pair of leggings will go into the drawing to win a pair of, or a bra, a tank, a pair of leggings. And like, that was with my host rewards. That wasn't out of my pocket. So sometimes too, I think of how can I get creative with like my rewards to produce other sales. So that's something. And then, okay, so some of the more long-term things that I put into place that I know I might not get a sale like today, but I know in the future it's going to generate some sales. So the first thing is pre-order lists. And I like have it circled what Amy had said. She said, don't post and pray. And that's pretty much what I'm going to say is literally, it's not just posting like, hey, the metallics are coming back in 2 weeks. Like, let me know if you want them. It's like, I'm doing that, but I'm also going live about it and I'm talking about them. I'm also going to go live and maybe like style the leggings. Like, these are the 4 different ways you can wear them this fall. What's your favorite way that I styled it that you are going to wear it? Post pictures of different people. Like, if you're trying to sell the metallics, if you're trying to gain a pre-order list or build a pre-order list, go on to Zaya Marketing and find different body shapes and sizes and the way that those leggings are styled and share about them. So more than one post. Like, if I really want to bulk up a pre-order list, I'm really talking about you guys like 3 times a week. What I was going to say, remind them of the pre-order as it's coming up. Again, continuing to post, go back and look. So this is something where I say, like, I do research in my VIP group. When I post something in my VIP group, I try to be specific in like the title so that if I want to go back and like look at it, I can just type in my search bar, like metallics. And then obviously anything I posted about metallics will come up. And then I'll look at the comments like, oh, Jessica said that she like, oh, such a cute outfit. I love that. So I do research and I go back and look at comments on previous posts about the other item. So I like to do that. One of the biggest things too is wearing and sharing, you guys. So that's my next long-term thing. When I go live a lot in my VIP group. It's how I make a lot of, like, that's where I feel like I can really make sales in my VIP group. I just show up in there a lot. I'm consistent and I show up. I do like live unboxing of my orders that I get. When I order, I like put them on with them for the first time. Like, I'm taking it out of the bag, I'm taking the clip off, like, so they can see my reaction for the first time. I do a lot of outfit of the days. I share, like, if I'm going on date night, like, I will share what I'm wearing. I honestly wear Zaya everywhere. And this might not be for everybody, but that's okay. But I do. I wear it every time I'm leaving the house. Like, I'm wearing it to family events, date night, girls' night out. I'm wearing it anywhere that I can wear it. I am sharing it everywhere I go. I'm wearing it everywhere I go. Where was I here? Wearing and sharing. Ask family members or your close friends to share a picture and a review. So our Amy said that too. Reviews are huge, and they are. And I literally just had an instance, you guys, and I put it in my notes because I wanted to share it. My sister Kaylee shared a picture of herself wearing the All-Star bra on Sunday, and today I sold 3 All-Star bras. So it's like, is that a coincidence? I don't know, but it's also crazy. And one girl I reached out to, and she said, I saw someone had said the All-Star is good for big chest, which I was blessed with. So fingers crossed this works. And like, that's crazy. My sister, like, she's saying, yeah, I saw your sister posted that, so I bought it. And it's like, so ask people. Like, my younger sister sometimes too, I'll say, like, okay, I'll give you $10 off, but you have to post in my VIP group. Like, I'll do little things like that. And it's just kind of like, well, you have to post in it, my group. So ask people, like, it's okay to ask your friends and family to, like, share a picture and a review. I do, like, what I call style sessions. That's like, Jessica, I know you do a ton of them. They're super cute and they're just fun. But you guys, people love them. Like, my customers love them. And I just feel like a total goofball. And it's like, I don't really care. I used to really, like, try to be really cool. Now I'm just like, I'm awkward. I just, like, style myself up in the stronger tank, the 4 different ways that I'm going to wear it. And I share that with people because they're like, oh my gosh, I never would have thought to pair it that way. That looks so fun. I never would have thought of that. I cannot tell you the amount of everywhere pants and everywhere zipper joggers I've sold since I started these style sessions. Michelle, my sister-in-law, she does a ton of them too. And like, they generate sales because people see the different ways that they can wear them, like, show that. So literally just wearing and sharing, wear your Zaya everywhere. Like, I am wearing it everywhere so that I can say, like, when they're like, that's cute, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is Zaya. Can you believe it? Like, I'm just all about that. When it comes to, like, Mother's Day, Christmas, I am talking about, like, gift cards in my VIP group. So that's something too. It's not an instant sale. You don't instantly make the commission on it, but I know that I need to continue to let people know gift cards are available. The more you talk about them, the more people will sell them. I'll say, like, give it to your girlfriend, give $10. Like, if it's your girlfriend's, like, birthday's coming up, like, $15, shoot her a gift card. She's going to love it. So talk about that gift cards are an option. Let's see. I have consistency and showing up for your community, really important. And then Instagram, and then I have one more. Instagram for me, you guys, is a slow process. I share my Zaya. I don't get any instant sales. I never have someone be like, oh, where's your link? Cause I'm buying that. Like, that shirt is cute. And if you do, like, freaking A, girlfriend, like, that's awesome. That is not me. I don't know how the hell people get that to work with people buying right away, but I can't. But I still do it. Like, I'm still sharing Zaya and I'm still sharing my clothes. I'm still talking about it. In there, people know what I do, but it's not an instant thing for me. It's a very long-term sale process there. And then, like Amy said too, your customer service is the most important. I literally do not care if I lose $40 out of my own pocket if I am somehow going to make it right with the customer. And that is that is how I feel. Like, if I am like, oh crap, I've got to buy it now, or I'm losing a half off, I literally do not care. I'm going to do whatever it is to make that customer have a really great experience. Even if on the back end, I'm like, holy crap, they haven't answered, like, my exchange thing for 4.5 weeks. And it's like, I've got to take care of it and make it right. So your customer service and your follow-up process is so important. So you need to nail it. You need to get a routine and a process put in place, because if I have a happy shopper and it's easy, she's going to shop again. That's the way it is. I've started doing the PayPal shipping where you can just put it in your mailbox. People are like, wait, what? Like, that's all I have to do? That's so easy. Like, that's what you want people to hear. You want them to be like, whoa, that's really easy. That's all I have to do to exchange the item. So figure out your follow-up process. whatever that looks like for you. It doesn't have to be what I do, but nail it, figure it out, and be very like uniform with that. Message them when they're checking. When you get their checking, message them, keep them informed, check in with their order, be specific with the items that they're receiving. So I know, I hope I didn't like overlap too much. Amy, you did incredible. It was so freaking good. Does anybody have any questions?
I'm gonna jump in because I saw someone ask a question about how they asked like, how do you balance your commissions with the deals that you provide? So I was just gonna jump in really quick. One thing that I do, I think I learned this from Leah a few months ago. I didn't really have a process at first, but what I do is like at the end of the month when I get my commissions, I decide like I'm gonna take this % of my commissions and I'm going to put it back into my business, and that's what I'm going to use for giveaways the next month. So maybe that's 10% of your commissions, maybe it's 8%, whatever it is, but give yourself like a boundary, because otherwise we're just giving away and giving away. So I think giving yourself a boundary is super huge. The other thing that I think, and I am like kicking myself because I didn't take my own advice this past week. So this past few days, I've been doing this 12 days of Christmas promo thing with 12 days of Christmas in July promo with a new deal for 12 days. And I'm just like seriously kicking myself because you guys, right now, restocks are happening and restocks should be driving your sales, not promos. Like let restocks, if I can tell you anything right now, is let restocks drive your sales and try and lay off the promos, because I'm seriously kicking myself because every single sale I've made in the last 8 days was because the item restocked. They were going to buy it anyways, whether I was offering them $5 off or anything. And now I'm just so ticked off because I've been giving away all this money and I didn't need to, because these people are going to buy their All-Star bras anyways. So learn from my mistakes and take my advice that I didn't take myself, and especially in the season of where we are right now. And I'm not saying this is always the case, but probably for the whole month of July, I probably should have just let the restocks drive my sales. But I mean, last week we had 2 restocks a day all week. Like that's crazy. And if people are I mean, I don't even know what's going to happen the next 10 days because there's a lot of shit that's got to restock before the end of July, allegedly. So let those things, like promote the things that are going to restock and let them sell themselves. Like don't feel like you have to talk someone into or give someone a promo to buy the Viper leggings. Just show 20 different people wearing the Viper leggings of all different sizes in all different outfits and just put it out there and say like, hey, these are restocking soon. Who wants to know when they're back or whatever? Like promote the stuff that's coming or supposedly coming soon, and let those restocks drive your sales, and don't worry about like how much, like, because the problem is, and I've seen this too, is like your customers start to expect to have a promo. And yes, we do want to offer promos because we want to give back to our customers. I completely agree with that. But what you don't want is your customers always to just wait until there's a promo to do their shopping, right? You want to like spread them out and sporadically do them and like do different things, so that, you know, that people are always like, they're not just like waiting on a promo. Because like if they want the metallics, but they're waiting for you to offer $10 off leggings, they're going to miss out on the metallics. And now they just waited. Like, so let the restocks, especially right now, I think for the next 10 days, like let the restocks drive your sales. Of course you can totally offer promos if you want to. I wish I didn't. So that's why I'm telling you this. Yeah, I mean, I just think that the season that we're in right now, like, you just gotta let what's happening happen. What I got. But yeah, set yourself boundaries for the person that asked like how you do that. I didn't do that at first, but I am setting aside like a certain portion of my commission every month as promo money.
Does anybody else have any questions before we wrap it up? All right, ladies. Well, Awesome, 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 Amy. I have like so many notes, so you crushed it. Incredible. I hope you guys have a good rest of the night. We'll share the recording when we get it, and we'll see you next week.